Hey everybody, Punisher88 here. So are you guys ready for another Punisher88 movie review? I hope so, because I got one for you. Now before we get started, a couple things I wanted to go over. One, yes, I am wearing a toque, not for style purpose, but more because I am going through one of those Monday bad hair days and I just don't feel like showing it on camera. And second, for those of you out there who watch my weekend comic reviews and whatnot, you may have noticed that I didn't do one this past weekend, and that's because I kind of had a early weekend. I didn't work Friday. I do have notes and everything for a weekend comic review, so that's why what I was supposed to do this past weekend will be done this coming weekend. So don't worry, it's not like I just decided to say, screw it, we're not doing anything. I have notes and everything written up. It's just I wasn't able to record it. So, anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Alright, so, with all that being said and done, let's get to this review. This is my review of Logan. So, if superhero cinema, in all its brand-focused, Cineplex-dominating, sequel-heavy glory, is the definitive genre of Hollywood's last decade, then surely Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is its biggest icon. The surly, muscle-bound, metal-clawed hero has appeared in countless X-Men films and spin-offs since his debut in 2000. In that time, the comic book movie has really evolved from genre sideshow to a chief pillar of many a film studio's economy. It might sound a little trite to call Jackman's work as Wolverine seminal, but it's certainly hard to imagine anyone else in the iconic role. A fact that gives Logan supposedly a send-off for the character real oomph. It also helps that director James Mangold, who also directed Jackman in the previous Wolverine film, 2013, simply titled Wolverine, The Wolverine, for all you purists out there, secured a R rating for Logan's last Hosanna, let's call it. And he makes the most of it. This is a grimly violent movie, hands down, filled with vicious stabbings, frequent profanity, and a general sense of fatalism. It's also really good at selling itself as a Sam Peckinpah inspired Western about an old gunslinger riding out on one more doomed quest for glory. And it would have been easy for Logan to, retread the character's greatest hits in another epic superhero battle, or to delight in the newly available levels of gore. But it opts for something different, and it largely works, giving Jackman a worthy final chapter to hang his claws on. The dirty little secret few critics dare mention is that Mangold's last film, The Wolverine, was actually just as good as Logan, if not better. Yes, I'm actually saying it. So please don't crucify me, but I'm saying it. It somehow married a Fellini-esque journey through the hero's tortured psyche with a samurai film, keeping its action intimate and character oriented, and layering in a ensemble of female characters who actually had their own agency. But the Wolverine does undoubtedly go off the rails in its third act, which relied more on traditional big budget superhero nonsense and a CGI monster. Mangold has learned his lesson on that front. Logan is mean, lean, and always keeps its camera close to the ground. The film is set vaguely in the future, some years after superpowered mutants began to die out, including all of Logan's pals in the X-Men. Mangold and his co-writers, Scott Frank and Michael Green, take pains to avoid placing the story in any specific timeline. And this is a possible future, nothing more, making Logan a X-Men story that doesn't have to worry about what the other 15 cast members of the last movie are up to right now. Logan lives in the Arizona desert with his shifty pal Caliban, and quite a different Caliban than from what we saw in X-Men Apocalypse. I actually like this Caliban more. A sardonic, chalk-skinned mutant who helps him tend to Charles Xavier, the former leader of the X-Men, who is slowly losing his mind. Logan, who seems to have abandoned the Wolverine moniker for the most part, has also seen better days. The opening scene of the film sees him brutally fight off a gang of carjackers, but while his metal claws still work just fine, his healing powers, though, are much diminished, now supplemented with handfuls of pain pills and healthy gulps of liquor. His final goal is to basically just buy a boat and live out on the ocean with Xavier. But when a little girl named Laura shows up on his doorstep, having escaped from some secret facility and sporting her own metal claws, that plan swiftly just goes out the window. Now, if this was a Western, Logan is very reminiscent of, the broken down anti-heroes like Clint Eastwood's William Money from The Unforgiven, a trained killer nursing decades of regret and sorrow with enough juice for one last mission. Okay. Mangold proudly wears his influences on his sleeve. A pivotal scene in the movie actually sees Xavier and Laura watching a clip from a George Stevens Western. Actually, it's George Stevens' seminal 1953 classic titled Shane, about another grim gunfighter with a mysterious past. And Logan prefers hand-to-hand combat, of course, but aside from that, he's quite similar to Alan Ladd's character in that film, a trained killer who fought for the good guys but didn't consider himself one of them. Mangold is an excellent director with a solid, unheralded resume, including the Johnny Cash biopic Walk the Line, which is one of my favorite movies, and the Sylvester Stallone neo-noir Copland. But Jackman and Stewart are quite simply why Logan works. They're why the film doesn't feel like a cheap exercise in bloody violence, and why its subversion of typical superhero movie tropes feels organic. The actors also bring warmth and grouchy humor to the story, barking at each other like the married couple they've become as they go on a road trip north with their young ward by their side. The story itself is a little all over the place. Logan and company ping-pong from location to location across the country as the villainous Donald Pierce, a metal-armed bounty hunter who made his first appearance in Uncanny X-Men issue 132, for all you first appearance hunters out there, chases them in search of Laura. A long digression at the house of a friendly family of civilians does feel a little forced, but the film's bloody climax involving a sniveling scientist played to the hilt by Richard E. Grant does a great job of it. And another mysterious enemy, which I thought was a kind of cool throwback to the comics, slightly overstays its welcome, though. No matter any time things get too out of hand, Jackman and Stewart are there to tether them back to Earth. And at no point does a cosmic portal appear in the sky or a giant purple supervillain start a monologue about magical gems. If this is really Jackman's final hurrah at the role, and I say that because, I mean, comic book characters do have a way of making surprise comebacks, so I would be lying if I said I wasn't a tad wary, but anyway, it's a peculiar milestone worth noting. He's our first superhero actor to officially age out of a role, a testament to the extreme longevity of some of these franchises. So will we get another Logan one day? Who knows? Quite likely, but no matter how foolish a proposition that might be, this is a world with a new Han Solo and a new John McClane, after all, so who knows? All the more reason to salute Jackman as he rides out into the sunset. That's Logan's chief task here, and it succeeds splendidly. So there you go, folks. There's my thoughts and review on the Logan movie. I thought it was great. If you hadn't had a chance to go see it yet, I urge you to. And if you watched this before seeing it, well, I apologize for any spoilers I may have dropped. But with all being said and done, I hope you enjoyed this video. My next review will most likely be of the Power Rangers movie. I didn't get a chance to see it this past weekend, but I will be going to see it this coming weekend. So look forward to that review this coming Monday. Or, sorry, next Monday. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give her a thumbs up. If not, give her a thumbs down. And if you enjoy reviews like this, well, I have one already of the Lego Batman movie. So make sure to go check that out. And also, while looking around my channel, make sure to comment on any video you like, because I love reading them as well as answering them. And also, while looking around, make sure to like or dislike any video you watch. Yes, I did say dislike because, let's face it, no one's perfect, right? And then, when all is said and done, before leaving, make sure to click that subscribe button. Alrighty, so that's it for now, but I will see you guys on Wednesday for another weekly dose of lame supervillain or superhero goodness. Alrighty, so till then, this is Punisher 88 signing off. See ya!